Hey, welcome to A Game for Your Thoughts. Today we're counting down my top 5 games of 2020. So this was a wild year in gaming and in general, so I'm really excited to talk about my favorite parts of this year. Gaming was a huge part of this year, and this was a big one, so I'm really excited to talk about my favorites. And a lot of this list is based off my general enjoyment of the game, how it was of quality, and just what an impact it made on me overall. Unfortunately, I don't have time to play every single game that comes out this year, so if you don't see your favorite on this list, it's either that I just didn't play it, or it didn't quite make the cut. So let's jump into number 5. This one was a doozy because when the game first came out, I was very frustrated with it. It had a very big problem where it only let you play through the game as one character, and that was it. And it was really frustrating, and I actually made a whole video about it, and it was really frustrating. But then they fixed it, and now it's actually one of my favorite Tony Hawk games because they fixed that, and it was frustrating because it shouldn't have been there in the first place, but it came out as an enjoyable game. So overall it was a positive experience, but just that first initial impression was really rough to get over. So this felt kind of like the calm before the storm. Before the world came to a grinding halt, my life did with this game. I was stuck on the couch for weeks playing this game, just loving it. It was really enjoyable. I was actually super stoked about it leading up to it, and even playing it itself was really enjoyable and just tons of fun. I thought it was a really good Dragon Ball game overall. I loved the visuals of it, though it was fairly inconsistent in parts and wasn't always the best. It was really enjoyable, and I just had tons of fun with Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and I kind of want to play it again. My pick for number 3 actually goes to Paper Mario and the Origami King. I loved this game. Me and my wife, we played this game for weeks and weeks on end, and we loved every second of it. It was so much fun to play, and honestly, it was a big surprise. It just kept surprising me over and over again with new set pieces and different things to do, and just was a very enjoyable time overall. The story was amazing, and it was really emotional at times, and it was well done. I was really impressed with this game because I didn't really know what to expect because it was so much fun, and it was just a really great experience with my wife, and I loved doing that, and it was just a really fun Paper Mario game and a really awesome game in general. Number 2 is Ghost of Tsushima. I loved Ghost of Tsushima, and I got so sucked into this game. It kicks you right in the start, and it just is so thrilling and tons of fun. I really enjoyed playing through this game, and I didn't want to put this one down as well. It was such an amazing world to explore, and the island of Tsushima was gorgeous. I loved just running around this world on the horse and just exploring and seeing everything it had to offer. I never really 100% games anymore, but this was absolutely one of them that I was really glad to. It was so much fun, and it was so beautiful. Some of these environments are just gorgeous. It was so much fun, and the story had this epic conclusion that is going to be very hard to forget. So like I said at the beginning of the video, I can't play every single game that comes out this year, and there's just some games that I wanted to put on here but just didn't quite make the cut for a few different reasons. So here's some honorable mentions for this year. First one is Animal Crossing New Horizons. I honestly think this game could not have come out at a better time. If it had come out at pretty much any other time, I think this game would not have been nearly as successful as it was. This was a huge game, and it just was at the perfect moment, and it was really fun to play for a time. I definitely feel like that it hit a wall very fast where you get to a point and there's not much left to do, and it was very unfortunate because I really wanted to keep going, but I just didn't really feel inspired to. And also the lack of multiple islands really helped this because I just wanted to start over. It would be fun to build a new island and start from scratch, but you just can't. And I feel like that was a heavy missed opportunity, and it's still very unfortunate that they haven't fixed or added that. The new events that keep coming out look neat, but I've just never felt inspired to play them just because I've kind of lost all motivation to play this game. Well, it was a really cool experience. I kind of felt like it hit the brakes too fast and too hard. Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. So I'm actually currently playing through this one right now, so it's been really fun, and it certainly would have maybe made its way on the list. I don't know, because I'm still working through it, but it's been really enjoyable and tons of fun. So definitely a huge shout out to Crash Bandicoot 4 for being a really enjoyable Crash Bandicoot game. The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, so this one kind of feels like an elephant in the room that I definitely have to address. So this game won big at the Game Awards and has won a bunch of other Game of the Year awards, and just is a really big game of the year in general. But for me, I feel like it crashed really hard before the game even came out, which is very unfortunate because of the big leaks and a bunch of the other news stories that were coming out with this game at the time kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. And so I felt inspired not to play this game. And I felt like as a reviewer, I didn't want to review it because I feel like I had already made an opinion on the game before I played it. And that didn't feel fair. So I kind of feel like I don't want to play The Last of Us 2 because I already feel like I have expectations for something that I shouldn't. And I feel like that's not fair, and it doesn't really deserve that kind of opinion. And so I haven't played The Last of Us 2, and I honestly don't really see myself playing The Last of Us 2 just because I feel like I already know, like, I've played it, even though I haven't. All right, my game of the year is absolutely Doom Eternal. When I made this list, it was already at the top before I even started considering anything else. I have not put down Doom Eternal since it came out in March. I've played it at least 8 or 9 times over and over again, and it's so much fun, and I just love it. It is the perfect Doom game and probably one of the best first-person shooters I've ever played. It is a phenomenal experience from start to finish with its incredible game design, and the combat is just so addicting and so much fun, and the music just kills it. I love it. It's so much fun, and Doom Eternal was the most fun I've had with the game all year. It was so enjoyable and such a really solid experience that I really can't wait to see what happens next. The Ancient Gods DLC they just released not too long ago just adds to the experience, and I'm really excited to see what they can do next. So Doom Eternal is absolutely my pick for game of the year, and I just will not stop playing it, and I cannot wait to play more of it. Hey, thanks for watching my video on my top 5 games of 2020. So what did you think about my picks? And what are your picks? What games did I leave out? What ones did you think should have made it? Which ones didn't? So let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, if you want to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified every time I post a new video, that would be awesome. And if you want to see more of me, I'm over on Twitch at twitch.tv/agameforyourthoughts. I'm streaming there all the time, and I would love to see you there. Thanks again for watching the video. I hope you have an awesome day, and don't forget that the key to success is succeeding, and we'll see you guys next time on A Game for Your Thoughts.